our founder of the School for the Well-Spoken Woman, live, Casey Baker.
Let's get up. Let's get up. Let's get up. It's time to dance, ladies. That's right. It's time to dance for all the ladies of this world who have something to say. That's right, because it's time, isn't it? And we can't do it alone. We need our girlfriends. We need each other. That's right. It's thrilling to be here in New York City. Thrilling. In just a few moments, I'm going to randomly select a few of you to come up to this stage and speak in front of this group. One by one. I bet you didn't know that was going to happen tonight. We were going to tell you, but then we figured people might not come. So here's what I want to know. When I tell you that, do you feel anything inside? Yes. Yes. Where do you feel it? Some people just shout out. Where do you feel it? Heart, stomach, right in here, right? It's intense. It's intense. It's a lot of feeling. I believe that this feeling and the giant misunderstanding about what this feeling is one of the biggest culprits behind what robs our world of so much creativity, so much innovative thought, so much passion. And we end up with people who fear this feeling and resist it, want to make it go away, and as a result, never stand up and speak about what it is that they long to speak about in this world. And I want to clarify some of that with you this evening so that all of you leave tonight with a revolutionized perspective on what this feeling is and how you can learn to really party with it. So I'm not going to call any of you up here. I just teased you a little, just a little. Now, I have a sense that I know a little bit about this crowd a little bit. Obviously not, most of you not intimately or personally, but I have a feeling that if you're here tonight because of who the women are that are here speaking and what their messages are about and what I'm about, that you're a woman who cares very deeply about this world and about the future of our world. You probably very much value health and well-being, and you really know that you are here to contribute and make a difference. And I believe that this room, all of you sitting here right now, I truly believe that you are our great hope. We are at a time in our world where there are some really formidable challenges facing how we, as a species, are living here on this planet, and our challenges in learning how to do so sanely and with health in mind. And I believe that all of you and the burning message that lives inside of you is the key, is the very thing that our world needs in order to move into a reality in which we are living here and thriving in this world in harmony with one another and this planet. And I want to be an absolute stand that every single one of you feel total freedom in your life to stand up and speak what it is that you must say to this world. Now, these women who are coming up here to speak tonight, they have been through such a journey for the last 8 weeks. They came to me with, many of them, a tremendous fear to get out here tonight and speak to you. but a burning desire that was actually greater than that fear to do so. And they have, for the last 8 weeks, been going through the intensely creative, challenging, beautiful process of making art out of their message and designing a talk so that they can gift it to you tonight, have their talk filmed, be able to spread it through the amazing thing, which is the World Wide Web. So in hopes that they can touch and inspire other people out there to contemplate the ideas that they have to share, knowing that for some, it will make an enormous difference in their life. Some of them have had huge fear. Some of them have felt they knew what they wanted to say, but there was a lack of clarity about how do I say it? How do I really put this together? And there has been laughter, there has been frustration, there have been tears. There has been so much care. And I'm thrilled that these women are going to come out here tonight and gift you what is truly the work of art that is their voice and their message. But the fear piece is a huge one. And it's one that we've dealt with a lot. And I want to speak to you directly about this. If you feel anything in the shape of fear, nervousness, those pre-stage jitters, for some people it's just total terror. Let's talk about that, because I want you to come tonight and leave feeling free around that. Here's the perspective that I see about what that is. I really see that it is a huge misunderstanding, this thing that we call the fear of public speaking. Because when I mentioned to some of you, well, all of you, that you were going to come up here and speak, some of you shouted out, "Oh, I feel it in my heart. I feel it right here." There's something right here. It's like even just the possibility that you know you got to come up and be in front of a group of people and be on, it like flips something on inside of you. It flips something on. There's literally like a little switch that gets switched on. And I want to share with you my perspective about what this is, and let's look at it from just a pure energetic standpoint for just a moment. So here I am standing in front of about 140 absolutely gorgeous women, and all of your eyes and your ears are focused just on me. That's a pretty intense thing, right? Your presence, your attention, your energy is all completely focused right here on my little 5'5" person. And that's a lot. In order for me to be able to effectively and powerfully have my words go into your listening and not be just completely blown over by the intensity of all of your energy looking up here at me, I actually have to have more energy in my system to be able to match you. And so what happens is that when you go to public speak, what is essentially going on, it's like you get plugged into a socket and all this incredible energy, this pure chi from life just whoom, runs through your system so that I can match it, so that I can be effective and really meet the power that's coming at me through your listening. And so this energy that we feel inside, maybe it's not fear, maybe it's not nervousness, maybe it's not anything that we need to make go away. Right? A lot of people try to get rid of it, think it must go away in order for me to be able to function up here. But maybe it's your friend, and perhaps this is actually the very real feeling of your power. Yeah. And so the opportunity is to say yes to it when it comes on. Now, our minds fear what we don't understand. And nobody ever sits you down in 7th grade and says, "Darling, look, when you're going to go and speak up in the world, and you're going to have all this energy focused at you, here's what's going to happen. It's going to feel like this enormous storm inside your body, just all this energy, and it's totally natural." Nobody ever says that to you. So I'm the friend standing here telling you that's what's going on. And you can say yes to it, regard it as a friend. You can actually, from that place, then become quite graceful with it, enjoy it, become masterful with it, and learn how to then channel it and make art out of it, and gift it to the world through your voice. So this is my big reframe on what the fear of public speaking is. And it is actually the feeling of your power. Now, these women In addition to exploring this, we've been working on some practices and techniques in order to be able to do exactly just that. Be a yes to this feeling, make friends with it, and then learn how to channel it so that they can be with this experience and really be with it and find the joy in it and give fully. But they've also been in the process of developing their message. And I think I consider my work to be, I can't imagine doing anything more gorgeous than my work, because I literally I spend a lot of time on the phone with people or on Skype video. It's a lot of my work. And I literally get to mine for diamonds in women's voices, these incredible ideas, these just complete wisdom bombs, and then make art out of it, put it into something that they can turn around and gift it to people. And this really is the cornerstone of what thought leadership is about. It's about really finding what is that idea in the world that you are a stand for, that you really believe, and that you would love to see proliferated in the world. And that's what these talks are designed to do. These talks, I very specifically, I don't work with women in writing talks that have a sell component at the end. And that's great. Those are super valuable. That's a very valuable thing to learn to do 100%, totally. This is a different exercise. This is crafting something that is just in and of itself solely a gift. And it's all about the idea that's spread from it. And constructed in such a way so that it's actually then possible for other people who hear it are able to turn around and share that idea with other people. So I encourage you tonight, if you find yourself struck by something that a woman says, an idea or a piece of her story or something like this, to write it down and tweet it out, share it with the world. Now, one thing you will notice, there's actually, unfortunately, no self-service down here. So, yes, we realized that too, a little late. But what you can do is in the notes section of your phone, you can just write a little note to yourself and then go upstairs and tweet it later during intermission. And have fun with that. Be generous with the ideas that you learned this evening. Now, I asked these women, what would be the audience of your dreams? And really, you know, it's interesting. Most people have this thing before they come up to speak. We have this perception that perhaps the audience is just waiting to judge us. And that's this big fear. That's generally what a lot of people are consumed with before they come out to speak on the public stage. Oh my gosh, will I do okay? Are people going to love me? Am I going to screw it up? Well, what will they think? What if all my friends leave me? What if I completely am stupid? This whole thing. And I call it a very innocent narcissism. It's all about you and how it's going to be perceived with how people are going to perceive you. There's really two ways to see the audience when you come out. You can either fear them or you can love them. And that is part of what we've been talking about, is how do they relate to you? How does that relate to you? And when I want to say to you, when you go out there and share your voice and your message in the world, to take that on, really there's a choice. You can either fear your audience or you can really love them. You can really want them to get the gift of what it is that you have to say and be so devoted to that. And that simple thing, in addition to really getting that all the intensity of this energy in your body is just right on time, will allow you to step into what is totally the joy of getting out here and speaking to the world from the public stage. I know that when I was growing up, I grew up in an environment to a very intense private school, very competitive, and there was a lot of focus on critique and challenge in order to grow, in order to be better. That was that's possible. You can really learn from critique and challenge, but I found it not to be actually the best environment for myself for growth. It was later in my life when I discovered the power of women celebrating each other that I realized that my life then really started to blossom. Really started to blossom. How we listen for one another determines the power of how effective it is what people say. You know, there's so much emphasis in our world on speaking up, and I'm definitely all about that. But I'm also all about this thing that is going on that we don't normally recognize that is extremely powerful in our world, which is the power of your listening, right? And you have incredible power this evening. Many of these women are here birthing a message that they care so deeply about for the first time in their life. And you have the power to have that message come out so brilliantly. So here's what I would love for us to do tonight. I would love for us to take on what I call fertile listening. It is the kind of listening that is so potent, that is so devoted, that that person cannot help but blossom in your presence. And here's how we're going to do it. Every woman who comes out here, this is a little tradition now, the School for the Well-Spoken Woman Live, every woman who comes out here, automatically at the front, she's already won, gets a standing ovation. And when she leaves, every single woman gets a standing ovation, right? And I don't care if she got up here and just rocks it, just nails that puppy, or if she gets up here and she forgets what she says half the way through. She gets absolute, complete, and total celebration for having the gumption to get up here and speak in the first place, yeah? Yeah, awesome. So let's have a little practice round, shall we? On the count of 3, I would love for you to stand up and give a rockin' standing ovation. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Well done. That was intense. It was great. All right, thank you. Awesome. And on that note, without further ado, let the show begin. Thank you.